Guys, I think I found the tightest, the chuggiest, and the most brutal sounding ENGL amplifier there is. And it's this guy over here. So today we're going to check out these two rack amps, the E530 Modern Rock preamp and the tubed Poweramp E840. My God, this sounds so epic. Let's start by taking a listen to a demo song. Check it out. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. First, that was my RH Guitars DCO Custom with the Baritone Aftermath pickup in the bridge. Then you heard my Infinia Guitars Ceres for the clean tones on the neck pickup. And then you heard my Balaguer Espada Baritone, the 10th anniversary model with the Hypernova pickups. Really awesome sounding. For the clean tracks, I did add a little bit of reverb in post. But other than that, you heard the pure amplifier with no pedals up front or anything like that. And it sounded great. Oh my gosh. Especially that first part with the RH guitar. Man, it was just so tight, brutal, and thrashy, and those chugs were so aggressive. Check it out. That is one satisfying chug, ultra tight. All right, so for the entire duration of this video, these amps are going into my Grossmann Fatbox ISO cab with my trusty V30, mic'd up with 3 mics, 2 SM57s and 1 MD421 Kompakt, sent into the DAW, et voila. And right now, for this playthrough segment, I'm holding my Schecter E1 Apocalypse Red Rain, a really cool guitar. Love this thing so much. It has the Schecter USA Apocalypse pickups in it, which I love. That is going into my pedal board. Maybe I'll check an effect or two. And that's going into the amplifier. So that is it for this video in terms of the signal chain. So recently I had a rack amp on the channel, the Marshall JMP1 into the Marshall 9200, which was a lot of fun. But it made me wonder what sort of other rack amps were out there that I could try that potentially could have a really nice and chuggy tone. So I reached out to ENGL and they were kind enough to send this out to me for this video. So massive thanks to the folks at ENGL. Love those guys, love their amplifier. They make amazing stuff. And there's something about rack preamps going into a rack power amp that is just so direct and tight sounding. I don't know what it is, but for some reason it really works when you're looking for a chuggy tone, at least with the ones I've tried so far. This one is so good. By far the best rack preamp that I've ever tried so far. Oh man, it's so good, as you heard in the intro track. So we're gonna just have some fun and try it out today, okay? So this is the E530 Modern Rock preamp. It has 2 channels, a couple of switches as well. We'll go into the controls in a minute. And of course, this is the E840 Poweramp. It's a stereo power amp with 2 channels. I'm just using the right channel right now. And there are controls for each channel. So over here we have the volume controls for each channel, so left or right, and you even have a switch to go between 2 different volumes for solo boosts and stuff like that. Same goes for the presence. So 2 presence controls for each channel, and then you can switch between the 2. So that is wonderful. Now, I'm not going to use it for stereo use. I'm only going to use it mono. I think there are 606 tubes in here. And yeah, it just sounds awesome. The presence control is nice and reactive. You know what? Let's just mess around with the presence control real quick. I'll switch to presence B, set it to noon, dial it in a bit, and then we can switch between 2 settings. So this is at noon. All the way off. Let's go 9 o'clock. Again, 12 o'clock. Really opens up. Let's do 3 o'clock. That is bright, so that's already too bright. So let's stick to around noonish. Let's go a little bit past noon, and then with the switch you can go between 2 presence settings. I can't stop chugging on these amps. Wow. So yeah, so far my experience with this amp has been wonderful. I think it sounds really good, really chunky and nice and bright when you need it to. So that is wonderful. There's also a gain control over here that lets you add a bunch of level. I'm not going to use that today, but that's there if you want to juice up the level of your preamp, right? So that is the Poweramp. Really awesome. That is driving my speaker right now. Now for the tube amp, there are 2 channels, a lead channel and a clean channel. Right now I'm on the lead channel. So again, this is the tone that I'm working with here. One of the most satisfying chugs that I've played in a long time. So direct and tight, nice and sizzly. And it's kind of scooped as I have it dialed in right now, which leaves a lot of room for stuff like the bass guitar, as you hopefully heard in the mix, because that bass guitar sounded so good in combination with the guitars. So let's take a look at the controls, okay? So we have a lead gain over here, which, you know, lets you add or subtract gain. I have it pretty high right now. It's at around 4 o'clock. We can max it out for maximum gaininess. That's a lot of gain. That's plenty of gain. Some ENGL amps have way more on tap, but this is just the right amount, I think. Let's go to 12 o'clock. That's a nice crunchy tone. Let's lower it even further. So you can also get low gain tones out of this. I don't know why anybody would want that, but it's possible. You can even get less gain because there's a gain switch over here with low and high, and I have it set to high right now. So if we turn that off, we get even less gain. You know what I mean? But we're not gonna do a lot of that in this video. So this is with the low gain, with gain at around 1 o'clock or so. Let's switch to the neck pickup. Let's try that with the gain maxed. You know what? Let's leave it at the low gain setting and let's try pushing it with a boost. All right, so I have the RZK-III boost on right now. Let's see how that sounds. So this is off and on. Let's try the KHDK Ghoul Screamer Jr. Very nice. And finally the Maxon OD808. Cool, so we can also boost it and it sounds good, but that's just not enough gain for a nice and high gain tone. So let's go back to the high gain setting, lower the gain a touch. So we're back to this. I'm not one to boost a sound that is already so tight. It's so tight and chuggy. But you know what? I know people out there who would like to hear this with a boost. So let's lower the gain a bit. Raise the bass up a little bit. Lower the low, mid, and high mid controls, which I'll get into in a minute. And let's push it again with the RZK-III boost. That is ridiculously aggressive and tight. Doesn't even sound bad. But again, I don't need that sort of tightness. So I'm just gonna put on some settings that I like for this amp without a boost, which, you know, is more than tight enough. I can't stop saying it, but that chug is so satisfying. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. All right, so that is the amount of gain that you have on tap. Wonderful stuff. We also have an EQ section with 4 controls: bass, low mid, high mid, and treble. So that lets you dial in the mid-range, which is cool. I haven't seen that on many amps or any amp at all, to be honest, so I like it. So let's start with the bass control. I'm just gonna dial it a little bit while I'm chugging. I love the chug that adds, really wonderful. Let's do the low mid control just so you can hear what that adds. So that gives you control over the body. Let's say 500 Hertz or something. That's my guess anyway. That's really cool. You know, for a less scooped sound, you can raise this. You know, for a midier sound, I like it at around 1 or 2 o'clock. Very cool. Let's do the high mid control. So that really controls the bite and the clarity and the aggression in the mids. Let's say 1.5 to 2K. That's just a guess. Could be 1K as well. So it's really nice how you have more control over the mid-range with these 2 controls. So that's a really cool touch, actually. Let's do the treble control. Hell yeah. Okay, we also have a contour control that a bunch of other ENGL amps have as well. That really boosts the mid-range and the level a bit as well. Let me demonstrate that for you and compensate the level. So now the sound is much more mid-focused and warm, which I guess is great for leads and stuff. You can do some great rhythms with that as well. Just lower the low mids and the high mids a little bit. Man, this chug is so good. But yeah, let's go back to the setting with the contour off and put the mids back where they were and the level as well. All right, now we have two more switches, a switch to go between the two channels, which you can do with the foot switch as well, of course, and a preamp defeat. So when you do that, that's really loud, but that lets you go directly into the Poweramp. So that is cool for if you're running like a preamp pedal into this and you want to use that straight into the Poweramp and don't want to have to remove cables and stuff. That's pretty handy, so I like that. Now, let's go to the clean channel real quick, and then I'm going to switch guitars because I also want to see how active pickups sound with this amplifier. So, let's go to the clean channel. And for the clean tone in the intro demo, I actually had the gain set to high because I like the clean sound of this amp with a little bit of grit. So you can get a little bit crunchy on the clean channel. Let's add more gain and lower the volume. So you can get a nice and gritty, crunchy tone out of it as well. But back to gain at 9 or 10 o'clock. Of course, when you turn the gain switch off or to low, it's a more general clean sound. It's a fine tone. It's a little bit on the sterile side. I like the clean tones of the full-fledged ENGL amplifier heads a little bit more because they're a little bit more sweet and compressed, but it's a fine clean channel. We also have a bright switch. Let's mess around with the EQ real quick of the clean channel. That's the bass control, then the middle. And the treble control. That's a lot of range. All right, let's try some reverb and chorus, just for fun. That's a nice and dreamy clean tone, if you will. Let me switch to another guitar. All right, so this is my LTD RZK-III with the RZK Fishman's really aggressive, active pickup sound. I'm back on the lead channel. Let's subtract a little bit of gain, add some bass, and subtract some mids there. Let's see how that sounds. Could do with a little bit more bite. Let's add some high mids and some treble in there as well. Yeah, this is awesome. That could really work for some Rammstein-esque riffs, right? So it sounds great with passives, which is, I think, my preference with this amplifier because it's so articulate and tight, but it also sounds great with active pickups. Anyway, I need to stop now because I can't stop chugging. This was the ENGL Tube Preamp E530 Modern Rock into the Tube Poweramp E840, both by ENGL. Amazing. I love these a lot. I think it sounds so good. So if I'm looking for something very tight and articulate and kind of dry and chuggy, this is the combo to use. I am impressed. I love it so much. Did I say that already? I think so. Thanks again to the folks at ENGL for sending this stuff over to me. I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. What were your thoughts on the tones in this video? Were you impressed like me? Let me know. Also, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to support this channel, get something like these amps on my affiliate links for Tolman or Sweetwater. That really helps out the channel. Or check out my web store for other things to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.